One day before the Pro League, we finally have all the rosters. Was it worth the wait? You can answer that question. Luminosity Gaming comes out and releases their roster. Kiki, I don't know what name he's playing under. Kiki so cheeky, Kiki so beaky. It's not Shotgun Divorce. Kiki in the solo lane. Weak Daddy in the jungle. Keeksmate coming over from console in the mid lane. Not Gino, otherwise known as Genocide. And Clout, it's Vedium. We'll leave Vedium for the last because we're not going to be nice to him. But we'll be nice to Kiki. Kiki comes out last time around. The last time we saw him was last year. Everybody knows him from Oxygen Supremacy. Looked really solid. Here's the thing with Kiki. Kiki has an eclectic god pool. And right now, in the Smite meta, solo lane might allow that. I'm looking at a lot of junglers and saying, like, people like Anderson are absolutely going to fly high. Their stock is going to soar, for lack of a better term. Kiki is a question mark. We have to see how the meta develops and see if his playstyle connects. For the newer fans, Kiki once upon a time was known for playing Arachne solo, healers in the solo lane, and if you know him from his mid-career, delete that file from your brainstem. It's all about Kiki playing weird shit. That's basically what we're looking at. If he's allowed to, he's going to do well. He does have Weekend on his side, who is arguably a better content creator than an actual player. But he's in the Pro League, and I do think he belongs there. I think the bigger conversation is Weekend here for his Twitter followers or for his gameplay? And from Luminosity Gaming, they're probably saying both. But yes, this analyst, obviously, if I'm writing this contract, I am not shying away from those YouTube numbers. But he is capable. You look at people in the minor league like Skeleton, and you compare them to Weekend, and I think you're at about an even pass. So don't come into my world saying Weekend doesn't belong here. I'm gonna laugh you out of the building. Does he belong on a number one team? Absolutely not. But Weak Daddy gonna slap him, and they're gonna do it. So Weekend deserves to be on this roster. Keegsmate's a lot of fun. Now, if you guys, I know a lot of people haven't followed the console scene as closely as the PC scene. Keegsmate is, first of all, he's a weirdo, but that's okay. We're watching him play the game, not tweet anime gifs. So when we're looking at Keegsmate, what you want to see is just how aggressive he is, but more importantly, how he fits in with the rest of the team. This guy has been on a number of different teams in console and always seems to make it work. That's really, really positive. I'm speaking from my perspective. One of the things I'm good at as a commentator is you can put me with any caster and I'll do okay. Sometimes I do better with other people, whatever, but I will work with anybody. That's Keegs, which is why I'm super happy he's on this team. Because separately, Keegsmate has a high ceiling. People haven't seen that. And I'm very happy that people like Kiki and Weekend are going to accept him and let him play here. And then secondarily, this guy is exciting because, like I said, you put him on any roster and he's going to perform. So I'm not expecting him to flounder. On a team with names like Weekend and Kiki and Vedium, I think Keegsmate might actually be the star player here. So keep an eye on that mid lane. It's going to be interesting. We'll get back to Clout. Not Gino, Genocide, the old-fashioned good enough. That's exactly how I'm going to put this guy. He is not going to win any awards for being the number one support player in the world, and he probably won't be dropped. This is kind of the guy I'm looking for if I'm fielding a 5th or 6th place SPL team, which is where LG is going to go. Spoilers. Gino is just the guy that'll do it. Are there better support players in the minor league? Possibly. And you might see Gino left out for some other talent as the league goes on. If a standout support player comes out, Gino is probably first on this list to sort of hit the highway. But for right now, he's good enough. This is how I want to start my league. Vedium. Story time. Once upon a time, Vedium was known as Vitium. He didn't have a different spelling. It was just Vetium. Vitium. And I am very about respecting the players. I always ask them how you pronounce your name because in esports, you make your own name, right? You can create it from the bottom. You can be whoever you want. Don't ask me about F dot. When Vedium came through, he was like, okay, I'm Vitium. I said, all right, because I thought Vedium sounded stupid. They had called him Vedium. I DM'd him. He said, no, it's Vitium. I finally, after weeks, get all the casters, this time people like Adonis and Brent, I get everybody to say Vitium. Not half a week later, he DMs me and goes, so, it's Vedium now. Apparently, he thought it was a Greek word. I don't really care. He changes the pronunciation of the name, whatever. You're annoying, but fine. Then he comes in and changes his name this season to Clout9. Now, let's just give a round of applause for the admins for shutting that shit down. You're not going to come into my league and parody an organization that we used to work with. I mean, it just sounds like you're asking for trouble. So he changed his name to Clout. In a vacuum, Clout's a cool name, sure, fine. But you've been playing Smite on a professional level to people that are your fans for 4.5 years, and you're going to change your name? That seems counterproductive. You are actively trying to delete your fan base. If that's the goal, congratulations. You shot yourself in the foot on purpose. I don't understand this move. I haven't even touched the gameplay yet. But this is brain dead. Vedium doesn't earn any points. One of the hardest things about being a commentator is being unbiased. Vedium is one of the best hunters on the planet. And Clout, is very, very good. Clout is better than this roster. Clout, I'm going to have a hard time saying that. Clout should be on a higher end roster. My question with Vedium has always been, and I mean no disrespect, I mean this just flat out, how much does he care? I always find it very offensive when commentators or analysts sort of delve into how much a player cares, because you're not in their brain. You don't actually know. It's hard to say if a Sylvanas player, his heart was in the pool, right? I've worked with Vedium for a long time, and in the past, Vedium has gone through periods of time where he just doesn't really care that much about Pro Smite, more of a hobby than a profession, and his gameplay suffers, but he's still better than most. These days, and maybe I'm wrong, but Vedium seems to, his give a shit-itude level is high. I've spoken to him privately. He's really interested. I've seen him interacting online. He's doing it. So my concern for Vedium or Clout has always been, does this guy care enough to take this game seriously? And a lot of times the answer has been no. This season, in Season 5, I think the answer is yes. Hopefully it's yes. Because if LG want to succeed, they have to lean on Clout. He's got to be one of the big heavy hitters next to Keegs Mate. Like I said, Weekend belongs on this team. I don't want to hear any bullshit about Weekend being a minor league player. This guy is good enough, but just barely. Same thing with Kiki and Gino. This is a fun team. I love these guys, but I'm sorry, somebody's got to be last place. I'm not guaranteeing sixth, but you're looking at a 6 to 5 place team. If this team really gets off the ground and Clout and Keegs explode, you're seeing a 4th place team. More representative of the talent in the North American scene. You're looking at Barracuda and Squad, who could win Worlds. You're looking at E United, who literally did win Worlds. For a roster like this to usurp those guys, Haley's Comet has to come twice. Like, it's just not going to happen. But they've got a nice blueprint here. Be excited, but definitely be realistic. This is the bottom end team. So that's pretty much where we're at with LG. One day before the Pro League, just barely made it. So Kiki, Weekend, Keegs Mate, Clout, not Gino, Clout formerly known as Vedium. And we'll see how they work out. Thanks a lot for watching. Do the like and the comment and subscribing. You guys have been crushing it with that. Absolutely helping it out. We're almost at 7K, which is pretty dope. We started real low. So keep it up, and I'll keep it up. Thanks a lot. Catch you next time.